Hello users of YouTube and welcome to yet another episode of Daniel's Videos and Etc. And today we're not going to be talking about a keyboard restoration, but in fact we are going to be talking about the PC build. And yes, it hasn't been that long, maybe like a month or two since I've last made a PC build video. This is more of an update. Will not be able, I finally got Windows 7 to install on this machine. I finally was able to install Windows 7. It's great. It's fantastic. I wasn't ever able to before because it kept crashing, so I resulted in XP. But finally, I was somehow able to upgrade to Windows 7. I reformatted the hard drive on the setup, and somehow, with XP on it, of course, I backed up my things. I reformatted the hard drive from Windows 7 setup, and then I installed Windows 7 over a new partition. And I don't know how, it just somehow worked this time. Let's go ahead and show you guys it. So I'm turning the PC on here. So I'm going to, letting it load. Right. So yes, even though I did upgrade to, even though I did upgrade to Windows 7, it's the Grub GNU. GNU Grub still refers to it as Windows XP Professional. I still have to update it. I would try to update it using E, but every time I try to save it, I don't know if I'm pressing the wrong button, but every time I try to save that update, it would fail. Or it wouldn't fail, it would just go right into Windows 7, and I wouldn't know if it actually worked or not. So let's go ahead and click on Windows XP here. And of course the boot address is probably different, so that number is no longer valid because the hard drive's been partitioned, and it would give me this error, but any key to continue, it would still boot into 7. So here it is, it's resuming Windows. I forgot I put this in hibernate mode. So this is booting off that 80 gig SATA 1 drive, Hitachi Desk Star drive. That, of course, originally housed Windows XP, but now it houses Windows 7 Home Premium. 64-bit, thankfully. Originally, Windows XP 32-bit was on here, and I'm glad that Windows 7, I was able to get 764-bit. So the refresh rate on the camera is not agreeing well with my fan's LED light, so that's alright. So I'm going to open the properties here. Nothing much labeled here. Windows 7 Home Premium, 2009 Microsoft Corporation, all rights reserved. Windows Experience Index, we'll take a look at that in a moment. 5.3. Processor, AMD Athlon X2 250 processor, 3 gigahertz. Installed memory, 8 gigs. That's good, it's recognizing it. 64-bit operating system. Floor 288, of course, Windows 7. So yeah, I still got to activate the product key, even though I already gave it to it. So now we're going to go into the Windows Experience Index, which is Microsoft's benchmark program that's built into 7. Now for the processor, it actually got a 6.5, and this is on a scale of 1.0 to 7.9 in my camera. Yeah, 1.0 to 7.9, and the hard drive, the processor got 65. Which is not too bad. The RAM got 6.6, so everything is at least above that. I think it's a pretty alright number. It's definitely higher than 5. 7.4 and 7.4 on the graphics, which is very close to which is very close to 7.9. It's like 0.5 off, which is very good. So that's for graphics for Windows Aero, which is the theme here. That's translucent. And gaming graphics like 3D business and gaming performance. And that's what Microsoft rates it as. But the lowest is 5.3, which is the hard drive. Now this is a hard drive, not a this is a hard drive, not an SSD, so that's what would make it go to a 5.3 or lower number. Also, this drive is from 2005, and it runs, which is probably 5,400 RPM. And most importantly, it uses SATA 1. And SATA 1, I believe, is 1.5 gigabytes per second, compared to SATA 3, which I believe is 6 gigs per second. So there is a lot of difference, and the hard drive again is just a lot slower. The read-write head, of course, not much. So yeah, so that is Windows 7, folks. Home Premium finally installed on good old Floater 288 here. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike it. This is just mainly review, talking about the PC build pretty much. Its update still works. I'll probably make another video in a year about this, or 6 months, probably a year, about the PC build since my final semi-complete video. Since I made that, I'm going to make another one in probably a year about the computer, and it's an update, like about how it's doing, what changes have I made that I haven't documented, all that specific things. Yeah. So expect in a few days you guys will be able to see the restoration part 2. That will be coming up. Possibly a couple days from after this video will be showed up, probably maybe less than a week. So restoration part 2, we'll see if that comes. Yep. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.